go ahead with your opening remarks.
I think it's been one heck of a 5-week window, and super proud of our players and our coaches, and great job by our fan base tonight. They were phenomenal. Thank you for that. It was special for our seniors. Thank you for being in there for their send-off and cheering the way y'all did during the game. And it was a statement win, I think. Everything I asked these kids to do, they did. Control the clock, win the turnover margin, be the most physical team in the stadium. No matter what, just keep playing. Guys banged up, Brennan being one of them, Casey, and just play with heart, play harder than the team across the field. That's 3 in a row right there. It's over 1,400 days since they've beat us, and that's a pretty awesome thing to be able to do, because that's a good football team with a good coaching staff, and I'm proud of our guys and our coaches for that. And put us in a great position, 9-3, 5 straight, momentum, rankings, and all that. So really excited and proud. It's been a crazy year. I mean, I need some time off. It's been a crazy year, but just couldn't be more proud of what happened tonight, and the efforts and the storylines behind some of the things that happened will come out as things go, because obviously during the week, but Brennan didn't throw a ball in practice all week. And so for him to come out and play like that says a lot about him and his toughness, and the way the kids played around him, the way we started the game on defense, and the way our special teams played throughout the game. Questions?
JB, go ahead.
Hey, what's up, Coach? Congratulations on a great win for you guys and a great finish to the season. I want to go back to October 14th, you know what I mean, after that 24-3 loss to Duke. What was it about you that kept your team and your program to believe that you could be in the position that you're in now, where you can finish with a 10-win season? And can you kind of rate this job you've done when it comes to your overall career in coaching as far as this season is for you?
Well, yeah, it was a pivotal moment in the season, and I think we were right at a point where we needed to really commit, and we weren't at that time. I think guys were doubting things, and deservedly so. As a coach, I had to really think hard about what we needed to do and put a plan in place, and really just came up with some really firm things that I wanted to see happen in all 3 phases of the game. And you've seen them. You've seen what happened. We started huddling. I felt like we were disconnected on offense and wanted to connect. Talked about being efficient. I asked the coaches to get rid of all the plays that are inefficient and look at all the ones that are efficient. Look at who makes plays and get them the ball more, and focus on not turning the football over. On defense, get rid of explosive plays for touchdowns. Care about 2 things: scoring defense and takeaways. And on special teams, just keep flipping the field and make plays, and play complementary football. And I think you saw that, as time went on and in the 5 weeks. And then we had a lot of other things going on too. And I think just the brotherhood of this team is special. It's unique. And I would love to win 10 with them, to be that team that does that, because they deserve to have that legacy item. And we'll get there when we get there tonight. I just want to have a good time and relax with my family and my friends and go enjoy this one. But yeah, I think as a leader, I was challenged. I was put in a tough spot. And I think if you've learned anything about me and my time here, I like being challenged. I like fighting when people are doubting me. And there was a lot of doubt. And so, it was one of those things where you had to fight for your players, had to fight for yourself. And we did that very well. As far as ranking, I'm not going to do that. I think that's somebody else's job to decide how good my coaching was. I know that I did the best that I could, and I thank the Lord for his strength in me during this time, because I definitely leaned into him and felt his strength. But these players and these coaches deserve a lot of that credit too.
Chris, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, there were some real struggles earlier this season on offense, but to see how the team has grown since that bye week, and it's looks like it's constantly getting better. And now tonight, over 500 yards. What have you seen in your offense and how it's grown and gotten better? And you talked about some of the getting rid of inefficient plays, but what else have you seen from your guys as far as like getting better and getting into where you are right now with some of the best offense you've had this season?
Well, it starts with not beating ourselves. We were having penalties, we were dropping passes, we were turning the football over, and that's how we lost 3 games. And we stopped doing that. So, when you get out of your own way, it's a lot easier to play the game. And then as coaches, we did a better job. I think, Robert was trying to find what we are as an offense, and to his credit, he figured it out. And the kids bought into the changes. And, I've said this a long time. I think publicly people make too big a deal out of one loss and the beginning of the season. It's a long year. A lot happens, and November is a pretty important month. And I think I'm now 13-4 in the month of November since 2020. And that says a lot about how we finish around here and the type of job that we do throughout the year to continue to get better, developing players. You saw Kamel Bonner on a kickoff tonight, that was his 4th game as a freshman, had a huge tackle inside the 10. Isaiah Shirley moves from defense to offense. Jordan Poole moves from defense to offense. KC's playing running back. Guys are just doing whatever it takes to win, and that's an unselfish sign in a program. And that's what we're about. You try to preach what it is to be a part of a team of 125 players and 75 staff. It's 200 moving pieces and all these distractions out there, and the negativity, the illegal crap going on in recruiting, people trying to poach our players, and and trying to keep it all together through all of it. It's hard. It's really hard. And so I'm proud of how this thing turned out. And now we get into maybe the worst week in college football coming up with the portal and all that other stuff. So, for all you folks that want us to keep winning, I would tell you to get on Savage Wolves, find, that link. And I'd love to see 5,000 people donate $1,000 to our NIL and get us to a point where we can recruit, retain, and develop and have a program in the NIL world where the guys on our roster are able to benefit from that. I think in this space right now, there's a lot of bad stuff happening, and there needs to be a financial commitment from our fan base to Savage Wolves and Pack of Wolves and our NIL deals so that we can take care of these kids that play so hard for us.
Stone, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Once again, congrats on the big win. I could bring up all the stats in the world as to why this was probably your guys' best performance of the season, but the play and results speak for themselves. So instead, I'd rather just ask you on a personal note, what you think this win really means to you and your entire team after this roller coaster of a season, closing out the regular season like this at home.
Yeah, it means everything to me to win for the seniors. Like that game for Peyton Wilson and all the other seniors that are out there with them. There's 13 guys that don't get to play in that stadium again. And so it means a lot, and I'm thankful that we got to play a night game. I have not played Carolina at night on a Saturday in our stadium. We had Friday night games. So that was special to have that, but it means the world. And those rivalry games are huge. They're huge to our fans. They're huge to our alumni. We had a ton of former players back tonight. It was awesome to see some of those guys and get hugs from them and see them and hang out with them. And it's what college football really is, and it's sad when you see some of these rivalries getting dissolved because of conference realignments. And, that game with us and Carolina is an important game. It's the oldest rivalry in the ACC. It goes back a long way. I have great respect for Mac Brown and his program, and to be able to say that we've beaten them now 3 years in a row is very meaningful to NC State and to the Wolfpack Nation. And I know Chancellor Woodson's fired up. He texted me before the game. He had his hand on the red lights, so I expect that thing to be burning.
Rob, go ahead.
Yes, sir. You guys came out and you passed a lot more than all the experts, like the geniuses like myself, thought you would. Yeah, we figured you would run the ball, and you ended up flinging it around. What led that decision? Was that part of the plan?
Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of different things involved in this offense, and I think when you get into the game and you see who you're playing against, sometimes it changes. And we had some matchups that were in our favor. When you looked at who was playing in their secondary tonight compared to who we had at receiver, we thought we could take advantage of that. And when we saw who was playing it, especially on KC at times, let's go get them. I asked the coaches to be aggressive in this game. And to me, the players follow our lead. And the first play of the game was a blitz, on defense. And we came after them, and then 3 and out. And offensively, I thought we really did a good job in the first half of controlling the time of possession, being physical, run and pass.
Do you think that took away their running game, jumping out like that?
Yeah, it does. I think we call it the cycle of death, and it's when you play these fast tempo teams, and if they go 3 and out, and then you have a 5-minute drive and score, and then they come out and go 3 and out again, and then you go 5 minutes again and score, that wears out their defense. And over time, their offense is over there, not doing anything. And our offense is just wearing them down. Our defense is staying fresh. And now when we get into the second half, you can see that we were able to make plays when we needed to make them on defense.
This will be final question for Coach. Ethan, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, in rivalry games like these, what's the key to getting players to balance the heightened emotion, which I'm sure you want them to embrace to an extent, with, keeping their head smooth and, not getting any personal fouls like y'all did tonight?
Yeah, I told the players I wanted them to be emotional in this game, but I wanted them to use their emotions, not lose their emotions. And there's a difference in that. And I also told them to get UNC to the brink where they would get penalties, like hit those guys in that state, be physical, within the rules, man, go after them. And I call it a NASCAR mentality. You drive that race car as fast as you can. You come around those turns, but you don't crash the car. You play hard and fast, and you play with emotion. And that's what this game's supposed to be. It's supposed to be an emotional game. You're out there trying to impose your will on another man, and you're being judged for it on national television. Like, you can't do that without emotion. So it's not about emotion. It's about how to use it. And that's one thing I think we do a great job of here, is training our players in chaos and teaching them how to not go to that state where they cross the line.
Thank you.
Guys, have a great night. Go Pack.
Thanks, Coach. That'll be it, everyone.